Hello, hello, hello from the other side. We survived the rapture and we tried.
Hopefully it's we survived the rapture and they died. Leave us here, please.
Well, if y'all are listening to this episode, rapture clearly didn't happen.
Welcome, sinners. Welcome, sinners. They left us behind, and I hope that they're enjoying themselves wherever they went. Hopefully they're looking down at us, just saying, "Wow, wow, Wubsy." I think, or up. Hello,
we're
welcome.
gonna talk about that in a second. But yeah, how are you, Mindy?
I have braids.
I love the braids. What's this? Is this boho?
You know, I don't know, because when I went in, let's start off from the beginning, because I have such a pickle with just the way that Black hairstylists function in LA. Like, I don't know if there actually is a scarcity when it comes to the amount of hairstyles, specifically braiders in LA. I don't know, but every braider I come across is booked out for months, right? And then if they aren't booked out for months, then they're charging a minimum of like $800.
That's
and
crazy.
Hair is not included.
That's what? It's like $1,000 minimum you're spending on hair.
Oh, let me tell you how much I spent on Let's move forward. So I literally was on a mission. I was hitting up salons. I was hitting up people that just, were on TikTok. I was hitting up regular like kitchen braiders. I was hitting up everybody. And legitimately, everyone was either booked out, non-responsive, or the price point I just could not justify in my brain, right? I'm not spending that much money for some shit that's not going to last me 6 months.
Right.
What? You want me to spend half my rent on something that's going to be in my head for what? A month?
Absolutely
2 tops?
not. No.
Hell no. So I ended up hitting up this girl who I know who braids hair, right? But she does like very like artistic, like braiding, like art, right? She does like, like the little, like the pieces
like
and
crowns
stuff.
and stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
Really beautiful work. And I'd gone on her page and I see that in the past she did do like regular braids. Because of course, like if you could do that intricate shit, I know you could do this, right? So I hit her up and I asked her initially, like, I don't know if you do hair anymore, but if you have a suggestion for someone else, that'd be fantastic. And so she was like, yeah, I got you. Cool. Quoted price was like reasonable. Still in the upper, like in the hundreds,
Okay, yeah.
But like less than 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But no hair included. Cool. All right. Now, I went to a hair store to get like the human hair pieces, and they were quoting me $230 a bundle. $230 a bundle. And when she spoke to me, she was like, yeah, you need like 3 bundles. Not like
damn.
Fuck no.
No.
So then I was like, okay, no. Gonna go to the beauty supply store. I'm gonna get the regular beauty supply store bundles because I don't care. Like if I have to cut it off a weft, I'll do that. I don't care. Thankfully, I found a spot and they did have that. $75 a bundle.
Okay.
Still insane to me.
I don't know bundle prices, but that's still a lot.
It's still a lot when you think about it, right? So my hair for the braiding, and y'all, I'm gonna say who did my hair. Do not expect this price from her. She gave me this price because I know her, right? So she quoted me $400 just to do the style, right? And I sent her an image of what I wanted done. So it's $400 for the style. I went and got 3 bundles and then 3 packs of braiding hair, right? Total $230.
Okay.
How much is that?
$630.
Okay. I ended up having to go back again to get another bundle of hair and 3 more packs of braiding hair. Okay?
Damn.
Braiding hair.
So that's another 2.
No. That was like another like $70, $80.
Okay, so $500.
Okay.
No, wait, $700. Sorry.
$700.
That's for a hairstyle. That's crazy to me.
For a hairstyle is actually bananas. And I also, and this is no shade to my girl who did my hair at all. when I showed her what I wanted a medium-sized braid. I wanted Bora Bora braids. Okay. That's when it's majority hair. And then like the braids are just like poking through a little bit, you know? So they like, it's really dense with the hair that's in each braid.
Okay.
She gave me past butt length. I'm talking about like knee length micro braids, boho style.
Yeah, when Mindy came in, this is my first time seeing her with her braids. And I was like, oh, you got it down to your ass crack. Okay.
She literally was like, okay, bust down. This is not what I expected.
Yeah,
and legit, after y'all, and let me get to it.
Oh my God.
We started. My appointment was at 2:40 p.m. with her.
Okay.
She did my hair. I had to work the next day. I had to be at work the next day at 10 a.m. In my mind, I was like, okay, we go a little over. Cool. We'll wrap probably like midnight, whatever. And I might be a little groggy the next day, but it is what it is. My hair will be done. No, I didn't work the next day. It's a lie. I had to record a podcast the next day.
Oh,
and I had to be there at 10 o'clock, right? I'm like, cool. It is what it is. It's fine. We didn't stop till 6 a.m. And literally 60% of my hair was not done.
What?
Not joking. Because she did them so tiny.
That's why you was wearing a bandana.
That's why, yes. Because the top of my hair, I had to cornrow down for it to be flat. And then the braids were just like here. That was it. Y'all, she literally, I want you to see the hair is braided all the way down. And then she added the human hair pieces to the bottom so that I wouldn't have, like, it would look like, do you see this? Braided down to the bottom.
Literally. Oh,
to the bottom.
My God.
Okay. And then by the time we ended, she had to go to work the next day. And she went straight from braiding my hair to work. No sleep.
What the fuck?
I got 1 hour of sleep. I was on that podcast vibrating. I was off of 2 like iced coffees and a Celsius.
When did y'all finish?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Oh my.
So then that next day, she gets off of work. I do the podcast. I go, I eat, I take a nap. We get back to braiding 3:30 in the afternoon. We didn't end that day till 3 a.m. I still wasn't done.
What?
Still wasn't done.
Minnie, this is over 24 hours worth of braiding.
Okay. The next day I go back. This was a 3-day process. I'm not even joking. Next day, went back because that next day when we ended at 3 a.m., I actually did have to work. And then I literally slept for, I think Jade said I slept for like 3 hours. Got up, went straight to work. Got off of work at 7:30 p.m. Went straight to her. Started braiding my hair. It was less hair than it was the day before, of course. Ended 3 a.m. again. And she legit was like, I'm so sorry. She's like, I can dip it for you, whatever. She's like, next time I'll make sure that I have somebody with me, like buddying up and braiding. And honestly, she was like, it's my fault because like I legit got too happy about doing the style. And she was like, I made the braids so small. And like everything is like knotted. It's like intricate as fuck. Y'all, 3 days. Let's add the hours up.
Wait, so we were at 27. So 7 to 3 is like 8 hours.
Yes. And then the next, so it was 27.
3, so 35 hours.
35 hours.
A day and a half of braiding?
2 days. No, 2.5 days of braiding. Oh,
no, I'm just talking about like literally 35 consecutive. That's absurd. Oh.
So the thing is, and she was so apologetic, and she literally was like, you know, like she definitely like bit off a little bit more than she could chew. And she was like, I'll get, you know, an assistant next time just in case you want to maintain the style. But she was like, next time I will do them bigger if you want them bigger, because I requested bigger braids. But then we already started, and I was like, well, fuck it, because in my mind I was like, okay, I thought she had done like half at least. And it'd just be 2 days. Like, all right, cool, it is what it is, babe.
How did you wear your hair to work that one day?
To the side, covered the part that wasn't done. It was a side part.
Oh my God.
Ponytail.
What the fuck?
Listen.
That's wild.
My ass hurt so
I believe you.
Damn bad. I don't think I felt that level of exhaustion ever in life, because it was exhaustion of just like sitting there and then working a full 10-hour day and then still sitting there and like pushing through. I was like, I gotta push through.
How long would this normally take? Like, would people usually have a second braider?
Yes. I've never had one person. First of all, I've never had braid this small in my life.
Yeah.
But I've also never, ever, ever just like, I don't know. I feel like most people who do braids this small have an assistant.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like multiple or 2 or 3 people braiding your hair down, like at the African braid shop, right? It'll be 3 people doing this, and then you'll be done in 8 hours. Makes sense. When it's one person, we can even dip them. She was like, let me dip them. I said, baby, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go to work. I need my 3 hours of sleep. I gotta go. Love her down. She did her
I mean, they look really good.
And I think that bothered me a little bit. I was like, fuck. I can't be mad for it because they are good.
Yeah.
But what the fuck?
Yeah, that's way too long. That's way too long. Like, shoot me now. What the fuck?
Girl. The reason why I don't get braids in my hair is because I don't like sitting. And that's for like a normal 10-hour braid job.
I don't even like to sit to get my nails done. I couldn't imagine sitting that long for braids.
I'm keeping these in for as long as I can.
Yeah.
My roots are going to
at least the rest of the year.
Up.
At least.
Okay? Like, the roots going to lock up and I'm going to keep twisting them. I don't give a fuck. I'm going full-blown Zoe Kravitz on y'all. The tips of these braids going to be touching my ankles before I take them out.
Literally.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. Oh my God.
Girl, I'm sorry.
And everywhere I go, people are like, love your braids. Love your braids. Who did them? What can I?
Girl, you don't want to know.
I'm like, y'all, please.
You don't want to know.
Y'all just re-traumatizing me.
Woo!
Love her though. You know? I'll plug her in a post. But yeah, that was my braiding experience. How was your week?
Well, it was better than that. I went to a wedding this weekend.
Really?
Kayla's wedding. We went to Philly.
How was it?
It was good. We went, this is my 4th wedding as an adult.
Period.
Yes. But yeah, it was really good. It was very her. And her and her man, they're like perfect for each other.
Oh, I love that. That's sweet.
But yeah, Philly is great. I want to go back. That's a really cool city. Have you ever been?
Yes, multiple times. My cousin, she lives in Philly. She got married in Philly. And like their venue was really cute. She is a nerd and she also is a doctor. And so they got married in a museum of medicine.
That's so cute.
It was real cute, but it was also kind of creepy during the cocktail hour, like looking at skulls and like fucking like canisters and shit.
I love that.
It was because they're both doctors. They met in medical school.
Oh, awesome. That's cool.
Real cute. It was very Black excellence. I think Philly's like a very chill city. It's like DC, but like not as like pretentious.
Yeah.
You know?
It's really cool.
I like Philly.
It was very diverse. I mean, we only stayed downtown and it seemed like probably the best area to stay in because I know Philly can get dicey. But
okay.
But that was a really cool area.
I took the train down from New York because when I went to this wedding, I was still living in New York. And the train stop, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be on the next episode of 48 Hours.
Oh my God.
It was very sketchy. It was very, very sketchy.
Yeah.
I was scared for my life. I had to wait for an Uber to come pick me up. I was the only one there. And it was like random like Jays just walking around. And I was like, oh my God, they're gonna get me. They're gonna get me. Listen, I was scared shitless. And then we drove through the neighborhoods and they have neighborhoods that are similar to like Baltimore, like you know the hoods when their houses feel different. Because like I grew up where hoods were like apartments and projects.
Yeah.
When it's like row houses, I feel like I'm in an episode of The Wire.
Yeah.
That's what it gave. But aside from that, like in the nicer areas, nice as fuck. The people, very cool.
Yeah.
Cool accents.
They are. I loved it. I had shrimp and grits for the first time.
What?
I know.
No way in hell.
Yeah, way.
There's no fucking way.
There is. I've never been a grits fan.
I love grits.
I know, but this
there's no way to be.
This shrimp and grits was fire.
There's no way in hell to be. I eat shrimp and grits. As many times as we've been to a restaurant together, there's no way in hell.
I've literally never had shrimp and grits. That shit was so good. It was so good.
You've missed out on so much life.
I know. Listen, I just had biscuit gravy.
I've never had it, so I can't even
say
anything. But you from the South. That's different.
I know. But I don't know. I wasn't really open.
How have you had hog mog and not know motherfucking biscuits and gravy? Hog mog?
It was always available. I just never reached for it. I just ate a biscuit with jelly.
She said, give me that pickle sausage, bitch. Give me that biscuits.
Give me them chitlins.
Oh
hog mog, shit, squirrel. Yeah. A possum, greens, you know.
And that's why you got a stomach of steel.
No, honestly, it's probably why.
Biscuits and gravy is light work. Light work.
Yeah, but it was so good. I'm missing out on so much Southern cuisine. But yeah.
Well, shout out to them. Getting married on an eclipse weekend is brave.
Well,
it is.
Well, there were like 4 weddings going on at the time, so good luck to all of them.
Okay. The energy was volatile. Okay, it was a lot going on this past week, and I will say it was probably easier than past eclipse seasons have been for me. But I kept putting my foot in my mouth, and like in weird ways, like. I was at one of my jobs, and welcome to America.
Right.
And they were talking about like just energy, and like I feel like when you work in fashion, so many people are so woo. A lot of creatives are very woo.
Mm-hmm.
So they're talking about like, you know, just like the energy and like the eclipse and da-da-da and all this shit. And I don't like telling people that I know about this shit unless it's necessary. But it felt like very like fear-mongery in the conversation. And people were like getting really like, what am I going to do? Oh my God. And I literally just interjected.
Yeah.
And like this one girl was like leading the conversation by interjecting. And I was just like, guys, I really want y'all to understand that you can't listen to every 22-year-old with a tarot deck.
Yeah.
Like they've barely lived life. Their fucking frontal lobes aren't even formed yet. Like relax. And like literally this one girl goes, and then everyone else starts laughing. The girl who's leading the conversation is literally 22 with a tarot deck.
Ooh.
She brought it to work. And I was like, I didn't even know how old I wasn't talking about you, my bad.
Yeah.
But if hey.
Shoe fits.
Because y'all taking advice from somebody who barely lived life never sat well with me. Like even when I look at like the tarot readers, like the astrologers on the internet, the ones that have like huge platforms, and you find out they're 23.
Yeah.
Babe, you can't tell me shit about life.
I'm not, and I did that too, not put my foot in my mouth, but I stopped trusting these young astrologers. I need you to be at least 35 and up. Preferably 40.
I need you to have some life on you.
60s, honestly, so you really know what you're talking about.
Okay, I want you to be studying this shit for a minimum 30 years. Like, I don't need it to be you took a crash course on a fucking, website or whatever, and now you have a certificate. No.
You remember I got my birth chart from that one TikTok astrologer?
Oh, yeah.
It was, y'all, the birth chart was almost 200 pages. It was AI bullshit.
ChatGPT.
200 pages of my birth chart? Bitch, I'm not reading this.
Also, you didn't write this.
You didn't write it.
It would have taken you a year to write this. You didn't write this. And you're showing me that you didn't write this. Mm-hmm. And I don't like that shit because if I'm spending hundreds of dollars, because these birth chart readings are minimum $175.
Yeah.
If I'm paying hundreds of dollars, I need you to have actually looked at my chart and gave me actual input based on what you see. Mm-hmm. Not just like put it in ChatGPT, give me a fucking report. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. I put my foot in my mouth again a couple days ago.
Keep your feet on the floor.
I'm trying. We were at this event, right? And it was this like fashion event. Mm-hmm. So it's all these like fashionistas, but it was like a dinner, you know, when brand dinners or whatever, and people bring +1s. So like you can tell who the fashion person is and who the, you know? Yeah. And so there was this one girl and loved her fit, very fashionista, curvy girl, right?
Okay.
Gorge. I literally walked up to her and I was like, oh my God, I love your fit. Fire. She had somebody with her who apparently was like her man, and he was dressed like no, because it's a very specific aesthetic. You know those like surfer button-ups where it'd be like black and it had like a tribal like design, like a straight line down the front of it. Mm-hmm. And he had like glasses that looked like windbreaking glasses, but had the cord attached to it, and like cargo shorts, you know, that were like dark green with hella pockets, and then like sandals but with socks too. Like it's a very specific look. Yeah. And the entire night I was like, I like his fit and it feels ironic. And so I was like, oh my God, like I wonder if this is like his thing where like you're with this fashionista and like your fashion expression is ironic. Yeah. You know, where like you take on a persona.
That
right?
Sounds cool.
Cool as fuck. Mm-hmm. So I walk up to them at one point because we were like just like, you know, schmoozing, chit-chatting, cocktail hour. And when I told her that I loved her fit, she's like, thank you. I was like, I really like your fit too. I was like, is this ironic? And so...
Oh God.
And so he was like, what? And I was like, no, like I really love the entire vibe of it. Like I know exactly the person that you're embodying is this irony. And he was like, no, is your outfit ironic? And I was like, oh, shit. Dude, nigga, you meant that. I was like, you really, like, you put that on. Okay, you thought you put that on. And no, I did not mean it in a fucked up way. I genuinely was complimenting him. And the fact that it wasn't irony, wasn't thought out, this just was you. Shout out to you.
Yeah. I like that.
And I tried to like fix it because I had like Mary Jane's on that had like flowers and shit. Very like little kid girly. And I was like, well, the shoes are. And he was like, okay. And I was like, nice meeting y'all.
Oh my gosh. Sir. It wasn't that deep.
No, he was offended. He for sure was. He looked at me and legit was like, is your outfit ironic? Nigga, you have on, like, I just described the fit.
Yeah.
Your glasses are like those like blue, reflective, like holographic, and it has a cord attached to it. And you're we were at Gwen, which is like a very like hoity-toity ass, like, you know, sceney restaurant. Everybody around you is like Balenciaga down.
Right.
You're sitting next to Wisdom. Like, these are all fashion created. Like, I'm sorry to assume that you did this intentionally.
That's his aesthetic, Mindy. You insulted him.
I did feel bad. I thought about that for a while.
No, he shouldn't have felt bad about that.
But like, if I don't know, you're probably not going to hear this, but if you do, I really liked his outfit.
Yeah.
I genuinely did. I need to shut the fuck up.
No, you don't. No, you don't. People need to learn how to not be offended as easily. That could have been an opportunity to just spark another conversation.
I'd be like, no, like, this is truly my aesthetic. And I'm like, oh, fire.
Yeah, I love that.
Because it's a well put together fit. You just look like a timepiece.
Yeah.
Love that. No, remember when we were like younger and people were doing the 80s aesthetic?
Yeah.
Or like when like tweed was in and people were dressing like pinup dolls completely. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, just like how Y2K is background.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's fine.
I give up.
So just a quick recap of things that happened this week.
So much
happened. Jimmy Kimmel was fired. Suspended indefinitely, but we know what that means.
Fired.
For having an opinion. Which is absolutely crazy. A lot of people are boycotting Disney, Hulu, ABC now.
And I'm gagging, and I am so happy that it's other celebrities that are leading it.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it makes sense. That's probably y'all personal friend.
Yeah.
But also, it's about fucking time that y'all put your work aside.
You know, I'm like, okay, this is what it took for everybody to get on board.
No, but it did, because now you realize
because it affects
you're
them.
Next.
Exactly.
You realize it's not just a little guy who's being shut the fuck up. Y'all finna get shut the fuck up next. And if you think that if they're censoring daily talk shows, they're gonna start censoring films too.
Oh, 100%.
TV shows.
Yeah.
Everything.
And the right just doesn't know irony whatsoever. But how they have just been spouting, Charlie Kirk was killed just for his opinions. That's wrong. Just for his political views. He was a good Christian man. And now Jimmy Kimmel was fired for his opinion. But it wasn't even his opinion. He was just quoting Trump.
No, but the thing is, I think the fucked up thing is the reasoning that even like the president says is, he literally is like, oh no, he was let go because he has bad ratings. Because he has bad ratings, baby. You have bad ratings.
Yes.
And if
ratings
right now. and if that is all it takes, you should be out of there.
No,
out of there. Like, at the end of the day, I genuinely believe he is insulated beyond what we think. I don't think he understands that people don't like him.
I don't think so either.
I think that his team is nothing but yes men, and they truly have him believing that people love him, that people are in the streets praising his name.
Did you remember that? I can't remember what they were meeting for, but it was some meeting. It was like a tech meeting in the White House, and everybody was like singing his praise. It felt like some North Korea shit. They're like, "Thank you so much, President Trump, for fighting immigration. Thank you so much for expanding this technology."
Yes.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
They're funneling it through. They're literally only allowing that. And that's why I don't know if you saw the footage of when he went to that dinner and those women stood up and started chanting and protesting.
Yes.
At first, if you watch the video, he thought they were singing his praises. Yep. And then when it clicked, he freaked the fuck out. Yeah. Because he had no idea that anybody could feel that way about him. Everybody hates him. And I hope that someday he turns on the news and he sees that.
Of course not. Even the way that Caroline Levitt, I cannot stand her, but even the way that she gives her announcements every day, like the words that she used, our powerful president, Donald Trump, and I'm like, ew, like that's how they talk to him.
That is, and that's how he perceives himself. Yeah, and they do that, but it's all part of the plan. They do that on purpose to keep him on their side. He's literally just a puppet. Yeah, and he doesn't know he's a puppet. Everybody else, it's a Truman Show, and he is Truman.
Yes. He doesn't know it.
No fucking clue. No fucking clue. And his own hate and his own ego will keep it alive.
Did you see clips from Charlie Kirk's
funeral? Sure did. Yeah. Sure did.
Baby.
Sure did. It was bananas. And honestly, I am afraid. I'm afraid because they turned a genuine memorial. This is a man's funeral. Yeah. The speeches that him and Stephen Miller gave were 1000% political propaganda and inciting of hatred and riot, right? No one is focusing on the fact that this man died. Why are we not talking about him? Why are we not memorializing him? We're at his memorial. Right. Why? Even the fact that he got up on that stage and he said, the fucking president of the United States got up and said, Charlie Kirk was a good man, and he preached about forgiveness of our enemies and of loving our enemies, but I don't forgive them. I hate my enemies. I hate my opponents. And he's talking about y'all. Yeah. He's talking about us. He's talking about regular everyday people. And the way that they're like, we need to stand up and squash the enemy and do all these things. He's basically telling them, go kill people.
Literally, go after them.
Go fuck shit up. What do y'all think this rapture talk is about? It's literally the same thing. The Delulus are thinking that God's going to come get them. The ones who are actually tapped in and know that religion is just a cover for their own hatred, they know what that means for them. That is a signal to go kill other people. It's a reverse rapture.
That conversation's happening now.
Reverse rapture. It's all on Twitter, where they're genuinely saying that, no, what we think is going to happen, that the good people are going to go float into the heavens, is not what's happening. It's that we're going to get rid of all the bad people and we're only going to leave the good people, and then we're going to turn our earth into heaven. That's what they're really talking about.
They've been trying to incite another civil war so hard.
And at the end of the day, I hope they do. I do. It's going to be white versus white because we're staying out of it.
I'm staying inside.
We're staying out of it. And at the end of the day, that's what it needs to be, because y'all are the problem. You are the cause and the cure. Talk to y'all friends. Go. These are your family members. These are your coworkers. These are the people that you grew up with. Like, I saw this white creator. He made a video and he was like, I don't think y'all realize how delusional a lot of white people are in this country. They genuinely think that everybody wants to be them. They think that everyone is upset because they want to be white. They think that people look at white people as the pinnacle. And it doesn't matter if you're missing teeth and you live in a trailer park or whatever, you are better than everyone else because you are white. And they truly believe that. But there are people in this world who genuinely have no idea and truly believe that they are better because of the way that they look.
Have you seen that podcast? But I think it's called the Necessary Podcast or Necessary Conversation with the two MAGA parents and the two liberal
I have so
kids.
Many thoughts about that.
Yeah, I really think at this point it needs to stop. I thought it was good in the beginning because it shows just how fucking delusional they are, especially their dad in particular. Yeah. But it's if that's how he really is, if that's how they really feel, they're just so tunnel vision. It's just an echo chamber constantly. They don't hear any other opposing views outside of their kids. Yeah. That is their entire world. And yeah, I think it needs to come to an end.
But it's more than just a tunnel vision. I think that we have to be realistic. And I think that they've missed the mark. They've lost the plot because it's no longer about educating your parents. Now you're making money from it.
Right.
And
it's just getting their reactions.
You're enjoying that.
And they're enjoying it. You can tell the dad gets off to that. He knows he has an audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact that like the plot was educating them, helping them see the light. After 100 episodes, I think it's about time that we recognize that they're not going to see the light, and continuing to platform them and to platform their ideology and their thoughts is not helping.
I agree.
To end it.
Yeah.
End the podcast, or start talking to different people that you can actually shift. We're not seeing those conversations. I think that Black people and people of color, where we go wrong is that we think that we can redeem people. We think that there's a reality where people can change and people can see the light. And
a lot of people won't.
They won't.
They just won't.
And it's not our job to coach them through that. Let people go and let them drown in their own hatred. Do that over there.
Yeah.
Like that whites only town they're building.
Please go.
Go. Do it.
Go.
Do it.
Child.
And enjoy it. And I really hope that they do. See what life is like with no diversity. Enjoy it. When y'all have y'all Taco Tuesdays, and when y'all out here cooking y'all yams and y'all mac and cheese, remember where y'all got that from.
Yeah.
Like there was a story that got pretty big this week about this German family, and they have like hella kids. They literally have like 6 kids, whole family, and they're gonna be deported. Because they came here illegally.
Real Germans?
Yes.
Really?
And now MAGA people are funding lawyers for them to be able to stay. And so I think we need to start amplifying stories like that so that people see the truth behind it. It's not about immigration.
I didn't hear about that.
Yes. It's not about immigration. It's not about that. The same way we remember when we ushered in all the Ukrainian, not Ukrainian, the Russian.
The South Africans.
The white South Africans. Yes. That's what it was. And that was in the midst of literally sending people to Venezuela.
Yes.
We need to have the real conversation. It has nothing to do with immigration. It's about bringing more Black and brown people. They don't want no more. They said we got too many brown motherfuckers here. They gotta go. But anybody who's white and wants to come on in.
Yeah.
That's the conversation. And I think that the same way that during the Civil War, we talked about this last week, it was white versus white. That's what needs to happen now too. It doesn't matter. We can try to scream and shout. They're not going to listen to us. You need white people against white people.
Yeah.
You need white people educating white people. You need white people showing white people that life is not going to be better in this world that you want to live in. Also, that 90%, and I know it's a large, bold number, I think 90% of the people who are standing on these, we just want to make America great again. Y'all just so happy to find an outlet for your hatred.
Yeah.
It's just an outlet for hatred. And it's not even directly like, oh, I just hate immigrants. I hate Black people. I hate queer people. No, I hate. That's it. I need some place to put this hate. And it's literally just because you were told your whole life you were better, then you grew up and realized you weren't. And now you're angry about it.
I would hate that existence.
Same. Speaking of hatred, guys, this past week too, I think that there needs to be a conversation about, first of all, Cardi B dropped her album.
Yes, I haven't listened to it. Did you listen to it?
I did. I listened to bits and pieces of it. It's very long. It's a lot of tracks, and I'm just busy. And I don't think that it's a bad album. There's a song with Selena Gomez that like I was but pleasantly surprised.
Really?
Yes. I think this is the best feature I've ever heard Selena on.
Oh. I just heard
the Lizzo?
I just heard the Lizzo song because some tweeted, "Here Come Lizzo" sounded like Trolls, and I was dying the whole day.
I'm not gonna lie though, when I first heard it did take me off guard, but it grew on me. Like I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I fuck with Lizzo. I do.
I like her mixtape.
Though this past year, Lizzo has made a fan out of me. And it's not that I wasn't a fan of hers before. I think I was a fan of hers as a person. But not so much in terms of like the music. Yeah. Now, overall, I fuck with Lizzo. I think Lizzo is having her moment, and I'm so happy for her. I really am. She's eating it up.
I wonder if she's how long her contract is, because that's why she hasn't been able to like put out. Well, seemingly she hasn't been able to put out the music she really wants to put out. That's why these are mixtapes.
Oh, I had no idea.
Because her like they don't really see her as a rapper.
She was signed as like a pop artist.
Yeah. But what were you saying about Cardi?
So there's been so much discourse about her and about her pregnancy, because she also announced her pregnancy and her tour.
I didn't realize this was her fourth. She's birthed four. This is her fourth.
Yes.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Because the baby Blossom is still a baby.
Blossom?
I think her name is Blossom.
Oh.
The youngest one. Beautiful. One thing about Cardi, she makes beautiful kids.
Child, I'm still on Culture. Who was after Culture?
So it's Culture, Wave, the boy.
Okay.
The Wave looks just like Culture. They had the same face, but just a boy.
Okay.
Blossom is her little chocolate baby.
And Blossom, that's still Offset. That's Offset.
All three Offset.
Okay.
So Blossom, chocolate baby. And then now she's pregnant with Stefan Diggs' baby, right? I don't understand why we're so invested in somebody else's uterus. And no, I'm being dead ass. Like, I think that, so there's been a lot of discourse, and this is no shade whatsoever. I understand that other podcasters have a different way of doing what they do. And I'm always here for people shedding their opinion, and like, this is the culture. Like, you speak about the culture, right? But there is a line, I think, when it comes to just like spewing hate. You know what I mean? Or just like saying very like harmful things. I do think though that it's interesting seeing people discover the read in 2025. And the read has been around for so long.
They were one of the pioneers of podcasting.
And also people being upset about it. I'm so torn about how I feel about it, because what do you expect from the read? The show is literally called The Read. That's what they do. They read people down. And so I'm not upset that she read her, because it's what she does. She reads everybody. They both read everybody, right? But I do believe that it did go a little bit. Yeah, it was a little bit harsh.
A little bit too far. It sounded personal.
Yes.
You know, and I'm like, why? It just sounded like she was really, really invested in it. But
I think a huge part of that, for one, we don't know what was going on in her day. Maybe she was having a tough day. And maybe that was just her outlet, right? Part two, I think that we have delved into a different layer of parasocial relationships when it comes to celebrities and influencers and just like content creators, where now, because we are privy to so much of their life, we think we know it. Yeah. And I think that was just an example of that, where you're speaking on things you really don't know about, but you heard about, and you can infer on and make assumptions on because of how much information we have on the internet. Yeah. And I think that is something that we need to discuss as a community.
Yeah, because you really don't know what's going on in these people's lives. Like, social media, it can be authentic, but is anything really authentic on social media? No matter how raw or genuine it may seem, at the end of the day, you have to set a camera up and record yourself, and you have to watch it back and edit it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
at the end of the day, you're still performing.
You're performing.
You're performing. Unless there is a camera that is hidden that you are unaware of, it is never going to be your raw and authentic actual experience. Never. I don't care what people say. Oh, you're streaming. You're on for 8 hours. You're performing for 8 hours. Yeah. When even, doesn't matter. It could be me. It could be you. It could be anybody. If I pull a camera out, I know I'm on camera. Yeah. I know I'm on camera.
I'm gonna show my good side. Even
when I say things
that might be a little taller.
Okay. Yeah. Like, even when I know I'm saying things that could be controversial or could be like deemed, problematic, I'm going to say it in a way where it will be the least problematic.
Exactly.
Because I know I'm being scrutinized. Yeah. That segues us into the episode.
Yes. So today we wanted to talk about overall the decline of community in society. And what sparked this conversation is there's been a lot of talk about the decline of party culture, especially amongst Gen Z, younger millennials. We're not partying as much anymore. And we wanted to talk about why that is, and as a bigger conversation, why have we not why have we left community behind? Everyone wants a village, but no one wants to be a villager.
That right there punched me in my chest when I heard that. Because it's true.
It's so true.
It's true. I think I didn't realize how important community was to me until post-COVID.
Yes.
For sure. Post-COVID. And even more so, I would say in the past 3 years, I probably really, it really started to hit me how important it was. And I think it's twofold. It's because of how culture is shifting and people are way more isolated.
Yes.
And we are existing more online than we are in real life. But it's also just growing up and realizing you can't do it all on your own. You need people.
Can't.
You need community. And you don't realize that until you start existing and going through certain scenarios and realizing, oh shit. It's not even that I need you, I need your help per se, but I need to be able to express and vent to people. I need to be able to commune and speak and get advice outside of my relationship, outside of me soundboarding on the internet. I need someone to talk to.
It's so much more different when you're speaking to someone face to face, not even outside of a phone call, outside of FaceTime. It's something about that personal connection, that physical connection that you have with people when you have a conversation with them in person. That's why when it comes to recording podcasts, I will always try to have guests in person.
Yeah.
It's such a different vibe when you can. But let's backtrack. Let's start from the beginning. Mindy, you go out a lot more than me. So, and it looks like you're having a good time.
Sure
am. You just had your party series last weekend.
The next one's going to be on September 4th. September, right? Yes. October 4th.
October 4th.
Yeah, girl.
Chelsea.
I'm sorry. Okay, my brain don't function that way no more. I'm not a young whippersnapper no more.
Okay, October 4th, yes.
October 4th is the next one. And I will say that I plan on doing a separate party series too. I really am in
a separate one outside of this one? Okay.
I'm really in it now when it comes to things like this. I don't think that people realize how much better their lives would be with community. And when I say that, I'm not saying you got to go to the club in order to have a fun life. That's just one outlet. I think just being around like-minded individuals, being around people that you don't know, that you can get to know, that really are a mirror for who you are and the kind of life you want to live, it helps. I will say that I didn't feel like I was a creative person until I started hanging out around other creatives. Other people that I looked at and I was like, you're so dope.
Yeah.
And then you hang with them and they turn to you and they say, you're so dope. And you're like, what? Me?
Yeah.
And then you look at yourself through the lens that other people are looking at you through and you're like, oh shit, I am who the fuck I think I am.
Yeah, because we have the worst view of ourselves majority of the time.
And when it's just you in your room, you don't have a sounding board for it. And you don't believe the people on the internet. People on the internet could always, you post a video and people are like, you're so pretty, you're so gorgeous, you're so this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, girl, I got to feel something.
Whatever. Yeah.
But then you go out in real life and people say, damn, love this, love your style. Oh, you're so gorgeous. And you believe it more.
Yeah.
You hear, it resonates in a different way. And so I think being in community has really solidified who I am in the past few years. I genuinely thought I knew who I was, but I didn't really, it felt more aspirational than it did intentional, it existed in this moment. It felt more aspirational than it did reality, where I was I had a mood board version of myself. And turns out people already perceive me as my mood board version of myself.
Yeah, it is different when you get that, and I hate to call it validation, but that is what it is. When you get that validation in real life from genuine sources. It's so much more different than, like you said, somebody just saying, oh, you're dope online. And this is a terrible example, but I had to go to the mall. I had to run a lot of errands this past week. And every time I went out, I got hit on. And I...
Go off, queen.
And I'm not I don't need male validation whatsoever. But I realized I only leave the house to go to work. That's literally the only time that I leave the house. And so I'm not interacting with people like that.
Or you're doing stuff with the baby or like the family.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like, oh, I haven't had a compliment like that in so long. And obviously like Trey compliments me or whatever. But
yeah, and then you get like hella thirsty niggas like on Instagram.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hit the same.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the same. But I was like, oh, and one was from a gay man. I didn't get hit on by a gay man. I got complimented by a gay man. And then 2 guys tried to hit on me. And I was like, wow, what a pleasant feeling.
She's a bad bitch. No. Yes.
But yeah, it's so... We do need external validation.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And I think that it's not just in like your looks and appearance. Of course, that's always a good boost. And that feels really, really nice. But even being validated in the work that you do. Like that's I could have something like go viral or whatever, but having someone like really be like, oh my God, like that was, really funny or like inspiring or whatever the case may be. It's like, oh shit, like a real person felt real feelings about something that I did. I remember a few like years ago when we first started getting into like astrology and shit, and we started learning about like north nodes and shit like that, and we found out that we both have our north node in like Aquarius. And
same as Taylor Swift.
And when somebody was breaking it down to us, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's where you have to be going towards because you can no longer be the star, right? Because that means your south node is in Leo, and we're both have this like we were born with this intention of like wanting to be in the spotlight, but that's the opposite, and we both had the same reaction of like, I don't want that though.
I know.
Like I don't want that.
I don't think it's not so much as being in the spotlight. You just won't reach your full potential without the help of others.
So I think that now makes sense to me with the way that I want to harness community. Like I really do like harp on that. And it's not just about parties, even though that's what I do. I think even online, with my platform, I'm building community.
Yeah.
I think that when I go to so many events, like I go to a lot of like community-centered events like that the LGBTQ Center throws. I went to like the GLAAD Black Queer Creative Summit, which was fucking amazing. I went to the Teen Vogue Summit. It was the same day. And even that was really amazing. I will go to these events. I'll go to a lot of like gallery openings, anything that like smaller creatives are throwing, I will attend. And I'll intentionally attend. I've been to so many like fashion shows and like just listening parties, all kinds of shit. And it could be for people that I'm not even fully aware of. But I'm gonna go just because I'm gonna go.
And I feel like smaller events like that with a more intimate setting, that's like the perfect time to foster community.
Yes.
Because like I said, I don't go out. I can't remember the last party I've been to outside of the wedding. I've never been a party person.
Ever,
even in my heyday. That's just not what I wanted to do because I don't necessarily like to talk to people because I'm not extroverted, but I like to observe and listen to people. And I can't hear you with all this music going on in the background. That's like
Tabria been a grandma since she was 18.
But it's like I don't want to have to yell to talk, and that's why I just don't like those environments. When it comes to the like Gen Z and younger, well, not younger, they're not there yet, hopefully. But when it comes to them, I'm just like, why don't y'all want to go out more? They're just not going out, period, regardless of whatever it is. There's a lot of factors at play, economic for sure. Like every time you step outside, you have to spend a lot of money. That's another reason I stay inside because I don't want to pay for shit no more. I'm tired of spending money just to step outside. And obviously just being loners. We wear our headphones every time we go outside now because we don't want people to talk to us. And even being somewhere like when I was in Philly this weekend or when I go back home to the South, there's just such a different level of camaraderie amongst strangers. And I was talking to my Uber driver. That's one thing I've started to do. Talk to I know.
I hate that.
I know, but if it's like a short drive, I'll talk to the Uber driver instead of just put my headphones in. But I was talking to him and I was telling him I was going to Philly and he was like, yeah, that's a really cool city. Like the Eagles, their fandom is crazy. And I was like, yeah, I don't have a favorite team because I just don't care about any sports. Yeah. But I never see people really care about sports in general in LA. And he was like, yeah,
they do. The Dodgers fans are intense.
It's different. Because he said it, he's an LA native. And he was like, that's the one thing that I don't like about living in California because we don't have a sense of pride in our sports like other cities have. And I was like, I've never thought about it, but it's so true. Even with Trey, he was like, I mean, we have 2 football teams, we have 2 basketball teams, we have 2 baseball, we have multiples of everything.
I think California is different though.
It is different.
It's so big.
It's so big. And that, I do think that's why. But even with like our nightlife, when clubs were getting mentioned in songs and shit like that, you know, LA went up, but at 2 a.m. they shut down everything. You know, everything just shuts down so quickly here. I can't even name you a club nowadays.
Well, clubs aren't really the thing right now.
Yeah.
Like, and I prefer it that way, to be honest. Like, there are still clubs that exist, and there are some people who do go to clubs, but it's a very specific, like, Hollywood-ish crowd. I think more people go to curated events. So I have a different perspective on how things are playing out right now, and I do empathize with majority of Gen Z, because you have to consider the fact that, for one, they grew up on the internet. Yeah. They grew up coming home from school and being on an iPad, being on a computer, and like being on like in chat spaces and like, you know, having that friendship. Like, you didn't get out of school and then play with your friends outside. You got out of school and then you played with your friends on the game, or you guys were chatting on Instagram or whatever the case may be. Like, that's what y'all did. Y'all, you know, were on Musical.ly, on Vine, or whatever the case may be. And then a lot of Gen Z, they, during their pivotal, like, formative years, COVID hit. Yeah. Either you were in high school or you were in college, and you never got into the vibe of going out because COVID hit. Yeah. And you had no choice. And then now, as an adult, you don't have that practice. You don't have that like urge and that need, because you got used to being in your room and getting lit off of you know, $5 wine from Trader Joe's. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and that's just your vibe. Like, you got used to only dating on dating apps. Yeah. Because you didn't go out to these places. So you only meet people on an app. And it has created a generation of people who are afraid to walk up to someone and speak, who are afraid to, you know, call you and have a phone conversation, but will text you or DM you in a second. Yeah. And I do empathize, because we at least had a huge chunk of time in our like youth where we were able to experience those things, where we did go to Walmart and like somebody bagged us in a Walmart. You know what I mean? Nobody's doing that now. No. I would walk down the street in New York. Now, New York is a different place. New York is not. New York exists in a vacuum, because you can walk down the street in New York right now with rollers in your hair and somebody gonna bag you. But in most other places, it's not the case. And I think that the way that people party now, it's it's dictated by the internet. So every party that goes up went viral on TikTok. So like the place to go, the place to be, you find it on TikTok. There's this one spot in Chinatown called Cafe Tondo, and it's like it place right now, right? All the girls with the wolf cuts and the fashion people, they're there. And it's literally just a wine bar that's too small, and the parking lot ends up being overflowed by people who are just like there. They charge you $70 for a bottle of wine. You have nowhere. People are sitting on crates and apple boxes, and they're just there because it went viral, and like, this is the place to be. But it became the place to be because everybody shows up. Because we're waiting on the internet to tell us where to go and who to be.
Well, piggybacking off of that, that's something I don't want the internet to dictate where I fucking go. Yeah. But also, the fact that it went viral means people have their phones out, people are filming their experience and everything. That's another reason I don't like to go out. Because there have been so many times, even what did I see? When I saw Hamilton in theaters, I was sitting behind somebody and they had their phone like, you know, just filming their experience. And I was in the background, and I immediately just turned around. And I don't want to feel like I'm being filmed 24/7.
Today, literally this morning, I saw 3 videos about something that happened at Universal Studios yesterday. A man, RIP, died on a ride. Okay?
Oh, shit.
Who knows? It was probably health concerns, probably didn't know he had a heart condition, whatever the case may be, passed away on a ride. The employees immediately took everybody's phones, right? And content creators, like literally, they were like, there was one video in particular that went viral about it where this person was talking and they were just like, I can't believe they took our phones, blah, 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 da, da, da. And I saw a response video to that and they were just like, how fucked are we?
Yeah.
As a community that you're mad that they took your phone so you couldn't film a dead body.
Literally.
So you couldn't film the reaction of the people and your reaction live. Like you're a fucking breaking news reporter of a dead body. Like this isn't like an event that happened like, we were attacked. Somebody like unfortunately passed on a ride and you're mad that you couldn't record it.
We're so addicted to our phones and I hate that. And it's like, we're already in a surveillance state with the government. You know what I'm saying? We're constantly being filmed, but I'm not giving you permission to film me just off the cuff. Like if I'm at like when I'm grocery shopping, there's people like, and I get it. It's content. I get it. But I don't know if you respect people enough to not put them in your video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if I am just in the background, I don't want to be.
You know what's so funny? Going back to the conversation about the Cardi thing and how people are being very, very harsh in their judgment of her, I had a conversation about this. And the person I was talking to was basically like, it just is what it is. It's the culture. It's always been that way. All this stuff. And they were like, people are just way too sensitive now. And I don't think that that's the case.
No.
I think that we are realizing that certain shit that we used to think was okay just isn't okay.
Not.
It isn't. And it's not that people are getting sensitive about it. No, you should not be recording a stranger in the street and then posting without their permission, and now they've gone viral for having a fucked up moment or for whatever the case may be. If they're crashing out in a grocery store, whatever the case may be, now that is going to be a part of your identity from henceforth because you had your phone out and recorded it and posted it without asking, right? You even like speaking on someone and saying really wild shit because it's your opinion. And I'm not speaking about that podcast episode. I'm just talking in general because I don't like yapper culture on the internet at all either. I personally don't want to speak about people. And every single time that I feel icky about it because I understand what that would feel like being on the receiving end of it. And I think that the way people can't connect that that's not okay is the same way that people were upset that we had to stop making jokes with squinty eyes talking about Asian people. At that point in time, it was acceptable. Now we garnered a few more brain cells and we realize it's not okay. And you're not soft for understanding.
Gen X says that all the time. This generation is soft. They're soft. And I'm
like, it's not soft.
No.
It's just we realize that shit is not okay.
Exactly.
What's soft about saying maybe you don't wish death upon someone in your commentary? Maybe you don't talk about somebody crazy as fuck you've never met. Maybe you don't make fun of people. How about that? This is why I keep my content directed at myself. You know, I'm dead ass. That is a specific strategic reason. I'm not gonna sit here unless you are an actually shitty person. Like I made a video about DJ Khaled. I don't regret that at all.
Oh, about him being Palestinian?
I call that man the most gluttonous man I've ever seen in my life.
He is.
And to me, that's
warranted.
Yourself to be a bad person.
That's warranted, yeah.
If I make commentary on Diddy, you proving yourself to be a bad person.
Yes.
But me having an opinion on Glorilla getting a nose job, I don't have an opinion on it. Because I will say that I've noticed, and it's interesting to me, there are a lot of older people that are invested in pop culture.
I mean,
there are a lot of people,
is very evident.
Okay, there are a lot of older people in their 50s, 40s that are very invested in Krayshawn. That are very invested. You know what I mean?
Krayshawn.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. They are very invested in like who got a BBL and who did this and who did like the Shade Room audience is not young people.
No, it's not.
It's not like I need y'all to understand it is all grown ass people. And when I say young people, I mean people in their 20s or their children that are trolls.
Yeah.
That's it. Anybody in the in-between that's still hyper fixated on that shit, no shade, loser mentality. Like you need brain rot in order to succeed in life because you are so sad in your own life. But anybody who's so invested in that shit, they're older. And that's weird to me. But again, they grew up during a time where paparazzi was okay.
Yeah.
Where Wendy Williams was out here talking shit about people. Yeah. Where that was normal for them. And so that's the only place where that kind of content still exists. I don't care for that shit. I'm
no,
okay.
I don't either.
I don't like that. I don't like TMZ. I don't like none of that shit. I don't follow none of that shit. I'm okay. Like, I will be tuned into like the hot topics because I'll see it on my FYP, but I'm not searching for it. I think that just to tie it back in also contributes to the lack of community.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people witness so much betrayal and slander and fuck this bitch and I hate this bitch. Let me tell you a story talking about how me and this bitch fell out and da-da-da and all this shit. And that people will be like, that's why I'm a loner. That's why I stick to myself. That's why it's just me in my room. And I don't know if your life is better because of it, baby.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's not. We need friendships and we need platonic relationships. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of parasocial relationships and like just community in general, do you think, for one, do you see a difference in the community that you had online pre-COVID versus what you have now post-COVID?
Yeah, I feel like I have more women who are involved with, or I always hate to say follow, but who follow me now and that I engage with, especially starting my broadcast channels. And I feel like a really personal parasocial relationship with people that I'm involved with there. I feel like I've never had, I don't want to say I've never had a negative experience with my audience, but they keep it pretty cute. And majority of the time, like throughout my social media career, it has been that way. I feel like they haven't, majority of them haven't like spread any vitriol about me to my knowledge, because I kind of stay away from that stuff.
Stay away from Lipstick Alley, okay?
Yeah.
I literally searched myself on Lipstick Alley and I was like, girl, why would you do that?
No.
Why would you do that?
I almost searched myself on Reddit one time, but I was like, no.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I keep it that way. I don't want to know what all people are saying about me. I don't need to know that. I think I have a pretty good audience, and they're very community oriented. I feel like for plus size people it may be different too. Because they tend to identify and fight for the cause and things like that. So yeah.
Do you think that your community is the kind of community that would like ride for you? Or in a salacious situation, do you think that your community would be the community to be like, no, y'all keep Tabria name out y'all mouth and like leave comments and be like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, blah, blah, blah.
I think there would be some. I don't know if like the majority are like that, but I think a significant amount would ride for me in certain situations.
Last question.
Yeah.
Do you think that your community actually knows you? And when I say knows you, I don't mean like in detail, but like knows who you are. Do you think that your online perception is accurate to who you are as a person?
Overall, no. I haven't shared like a lot of who I personally am online. I do want to do that more, but as of now, no, I don't think people know who I really am, which is kind of cool, But also I feel like people don't really know who these influencers are in real life either.
They don't.
Yeah. Cause some people I've met, and I'm not necessarily saying this in a negative way, but they present very differently in real life than online. People have said that about me.
No, I think that happens. It's rare that I meet someone in real life who is exactly who they are on the internet.
Yeah, because again, it's a performance.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Last question. I know it's the last one, but this last one for real. Do you consider yourself a leader or like a figurehead within your community? Like, do you think that you are doing work, or are you a villager masking as like a village leader?
As far as like the plus size community is concerned, no, I'm not spearheading that conversation anymore. I think other people have come and kind of taken the reins on that. Not that I like pass the torch,
Yeah.
I have never personally felt like that, but I know people have put that label on me, But yeah, I'd say right now I'm focusing more on being a villager instead of spearheading a movement, I guess. I think I think that's where my efforts can be best served and just helping others do the same. How do you feel now that you have an audience? And it's interesting because I feel more connection to my audience on Instagram, and with TikTok I feel like I have no idea who those people are, you know? But do you feel like a sense of community with your people on TikTok?
I do.
Mhm.
And I think my answers are a little bit different than yours because of the difference in the content that we make.
Mhm.
And I feel like my audience, for one, there is a sense of community that I feel that I've never experienced before. Like even in the first iteration of the podcast, it was nice, and we did have a lot of people who would reach out or whatever the case may
Mhm.
be. But genuinely, I have people on TikTok where if I mention something, they'll go up for it. So
Mhm.
that's why I think the events are so popular,
Yeah.
because they'll go up for it. I will start posting YouTube videos, they're watching them. If I mention something and I ask for advice, I'll get hella comments and people
Yeah.
really invested. And if I don't post for a week, I'll literally get DMs of people be like, "Are you hacked?"
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? I think that the investment is real. And when I say investment, I don't think that they're sitting at home just wondering what's happening.
Yeah.
But I do believe that for a lot of people, my content is a part of their experience on the internet.
Yeah, like I see a lot of people say that you're the person that they go to listen to, like because they can just swipe through and listen to you tell all your stories and about your day and stuff.
Yeah. And I think because of that and because of the kind of content that I create, I think that I am myself on the internet, right?
I was gonna say, like, if I just saw you online, you
Mhm.
present very similar in real life.
So literally, Jade said that to me the first time we met, right?
Mhm.
Well, not the first time, but within the first week or two of us
Mhm.
meeting, she was like, "If you're the same person, it's kind of fucking weird because most people you meet, if they're like this bubbly personality,
Yeah.
you meet them in real life and they're very chill,
Mhm.
and it's because it's a performance and they put on the
Yeah.
character. I'm literally just existing,
Mhm.
and I think that being online made me feel better about who I was as a person, because I always thought that, for one, I was too much and that I was a weirdo.
Oh gosh.
I'm dead ass. No, the thing is, it's different because I always have foot in mouth moments, or I'll experience things where I'm like, what's happening? Or
Mhm.
I'll date people and they'll be like, you're fine, but girl, this is not gonna work out for me.
Mhm.
And 9 times out of 10, it's because you weren't prepared for my personality. You saw what you saw, and then you thought that I would be one person. You know what I mean?
That just sounds so weird to me because knowing you,
But that's because you know me.
Yeah.
It's different. And so I think that even with me in trying to understand how people would perceive me, I can't base my friendships and my experiences with my friends. I can't use that as information or as evidence, because no shade at all, y'all are weirdos too.
Wow.
You know what I mean? You're just as quirky and weird as me. So it's you're not gonna look at me through the lens of a normal person who'd be like, Mindy, girl, you doing a lot. For me, it's you never think I'm doing too much because you weird too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the most normal friend we have is probably Jess. Yeah, she's the most normal friend we have, and she side eyes everything I do. She'd be like, Mindy. And so in my mind, I'm I think everybody perceives me that way. And I think that I'm right that they do, but they like it.
Yeah.
And for me, I always thought it would be a reaction of ugh. Girl, what?
Did you have women do that to you too, or was it mainly men?
Women.
Really?
Yes, for sure. For sure. I've had conversations with women who've two situations I'm thinking of specifically. And one of them, she was looking for you could tell she only dated baddies, right?
Mhm.
And so aesthetically, if you meet, because we met in the wild, I don't think she to this day has ever even seen my TikTok, right?
Mhm.
She thought that I was that. And then we went on a few dates, and she literally at one point she was like, yeah, you're a lot more energetic than I expected.
Oh.
Right? And I was like, what?
Energetic.
And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, like you be playing around like you a little goofy. And
you a little goofy.
And I was like, well, girl, what the fuck do you want? But again, I'm the kind of bitch where I made her freestyle with me the first time that we went on a date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that she was used to like bad bitches
Just
that
being
sit
subdued.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yes. And that just like sit pretty and are like very demanding and like, you know, have like that like tension of like, do what I say. And I'm like, hey!
Yeah. I will never understand why people like that type of energy.
I don't get it either.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
That just seems like such a boring existence. I don't know.
But I think that they work with boring people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like when I look back at it, she was boring. And I was carrying all of our like conversation and like our dates. I was carrying. And I was so wrapped up in the fact that I liked her that I didn't really like register it. And I was like, oh, we're just not compatible.
Yeah, not at all.
That's it. And it's okay. Because like literally, like I look at all of my friends that I know are quirky. Like you, Trey's quirky as fuck.
Yeah.
That's why y'all work. Y'all work because you guys are the same person in a different font. Quirky and quirky, yes. If he was like a, you know, regular straight edge, you know, black excellence kind of man, cool. Somebody's husband for sure.
Yeah.
Not yours.
It would not work.
Not yours. He would get pissed whenever you broke out into Hamilton. Are you kidding?
Literally.
Pissed.
Ooh, child. That's why if something ever happens to us, I would just be on my own.
That's not true. That's not true.
It won't.
That's not true. But I think that was another like catalyst for me understanding how much I loved community.
Yeah.
Like I love all the people that I meet and interact with online. It's some weirdos, but majority really cool people and core audience, Black women.
Yes.
Love that so much. Love y'all down. Love y'all down.
I also think when it comes to fostering friendships and just finding friends, because finding friends as an adult is hard.
As fuck.
It is. It's very challenging. And Mindy and I were lucky because we both moved here like within the same week of one another.
Literally.
Didn't know each other, but we knew each other through my ex-boyfriend who was her friend. And that's how we met. We were the first friends that we made when we came to LA. And it was definitely awkward in the beginning, but we eventually like meshed well and it worked out. But our friend group has evolved over years.
Yes.
It took basically 10 years.
People came, people went.
Yes. It took that amount of time for us to really find who our core friend group was.
And who functions in the way that we need to function. Because I will say, throughout this journey of friendship, one of the biggest things that I ran into of like an area of contention is being friends with people who require more than I'm willing to give. Yes. That is something. And when I say that, I don't mean like in terms of support. I'm so supportive.
Yeah.
I will sit there on the phone with you and I will walk you through whatever. I will show up for you if you need me. But when I meet someone who wants me to be like, we got to hang out in person 3 times a week. I want to be on the phone with you for 6 hours. Let's be on FaceTime when we just cooking dinner.
Yeah.
I can't do, I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I think that it is a blessing and a curse that me and Tabria met each other because she functions the way that I function. And I had an expectation of every other friendship I had to just like fall into that naturally.
Yeah.
And then I had to learn, oh no, like there are people who genuinely like will come and just like show up at your house and sit on your couch or on your bed and just want to hang.
And there's nothing wrong with that because there is a time and place for that.
Yes.
I think that needs to happen more often, like impromptu chill sessions. Because like tonight or this week, we're going to Taco Tuesday. I've never been. And I said no because I don't want to fuck up my diet. Like I want to be strict this week.
Devontae not eating tacos either.
No, but that's what I said. Like I felt bad for saying no because of, you know, my personal reasons. But when he said, oh, I got to be on it too, I'm like, okay, cool. I got a buddy. I'm going.
Yeah.
You know? And you have to force yourself to get outside your comfort zone because building community is uncomfortable. You know, it's not fun going somewhere alone and starting a conversation and getting shut down. That's going to happen, but you can't let that deter you from just doing it again.
I don't think I really fully understood just how different friendships and community like function now
Mm-hmm.
versus how we were when we were growing up. Until just now, I just remembered my entire childhood. I'm not even joking. No matter where we moved,
Mm-hmm.
my entire childhood, even like when my mom moved to Georgia and I was like in college,
Mm-hmm.
without fail, every day, every other day, the doorbell would ring and it would be somebody. And they'd be like, oh, my bad, Jimmy, like forgot to call. What's up? And we just pull up.
Yeah.
My mom's friends, family members, always pulling up.
Mm-hmm.
Phone always ringing. Hey, just checking in on y'all. Nobody does that.
No.
No one has ever just showed up to my house and rang the doorbell.
Being in New York is different because you're closer. You can just walk to somebody's house.
Georgia,
it's easier.
My mom lived in Georgia. They did that.
It didn't really happen we would call and make sure you're home and then go over there. But
maybe it's Haitians. Haitians don't got no boundaries.
Maybe because that could be a thing.
It could be like island
culture.
Tribe, yeah, where like you just show up. But literally, my mom will do it too. She'll cook dinner and then she'll pack like 5 or 6 things of Tupperware and just drive to everyone's house, knock on the door, and be like, "Hey, made some dinner." And she does it every week.
That's so nice.
Why don't we do that?
I know.
Why don't we do that? And she'll literally do it. She'll bring it to my dad, to my uncle, because he's single, and like you don't have a woman making you food.
Yeah.
Here, she'll go to my aunt's house because she's by herself. Like her husband died. Boom. Yeah. Bring her food. That to me is what is missing, and I don't know how to get that back.
Yeah.
How to get that back.
Yeah. We just have to start doing it. But I think we're genuinely trying. And it's harder because everybody works so fucking much and everybody is so depressed nowadays just because with the state of the world, state of economy. We have to realize having these types of relationships is going to help us overcome that constant state of grief, and just being so down and out. We have to find outlets of happiness and joy, even if it's just something as simple, instead of bed rotting by yourself, bed rot with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Don't just always opt to go on Twitch and watch someone else live their life for 8 fucking hours.
That's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like we're literally living in a Black Mirror episode.
Yes.
The fact that people are turning their computers on under the covers with a bag of hot Cheetos, watching other people club instead of putting on clothes.
When I found out about Twitch parties, my mind was blown. Y'all are watching people party
instead of
real
going
time
and doing
instead
it.
of going and doing it yourself. Like, we have lost the plot.
And I understand that for some people it is beneficial, right? So when it comes to people who are like disabled and can't leave the house and you want to see what those experiences are like,
okay,
but it's the minority.
Yeah.
I think when it becomes a problem is when you are fully capable and maybe you're getting invites and you're turning them down to stay at home to watch.
Yeah.
We have to break out of this like hibernation mode that we're all in. And I truly do believe COVID made it okay.
Yeah.
There are people who are inclined to doing it, but like knew that they couldn't. And then COVID made it acceptable. And they just never broke out of it. And I understand the comfort. I loved COVID. I mean, I didn't love COVID. COVID was bad. But I loved the time when we were just at the crib.
Yeah, me too.
We were just getting fucked up. But the thing is, I will say this, we had people show up every day.
Yes,
we had friends.
Our house was always
it was the hub.
Central hangout. Yeah.
Everybody was there. So it wasn't like it was just the 3 of us, because there was 3 of us that lived there in the house. It was 6 to 9 of us on a regular day.
Literally.
Hanging out.
But also, that kind of speaks to the lack of third spaces.
Yeah.
And the lack of places to go hang out at, because I feel like in my friendship, my house has always been the hub for the hangout, just because it can accommodate so many people, right? But if majority of people, they live in an apartment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
And it's like, where are we going to go? Even people aren't going to church anymore. And that could be for a slew of
plethora of reasons.
Right? But church is a third space.
And people stream it now instead.
Yes.
And honestly, I understand the allure of it. You don't got to get dressed.
Right.
You can wake up, literally, if the service is at 10, you waking up at 9:59.
Yeah.
And you're pressing play. Like, I understand that, but you are missing such a huge amount of that experience. that you can't replicate in the chat room.
Exactly.
You can't duplicate that in like, responding to someone who's like just saying your name. Yeah, shout out to Mindy for pulling up in the chat.
Right.
That's not friendship.
Right.
We gotta do better.
We do.
We gotta do better. I really want to start going to third spaces. Like there's a bookstore here called the Reparations Club that I really want to start going to and spending more time at. There's a bookstore and coffee shop like down the street from my apartment. And I said, when I start working from home more often, I'm going to grab my laptop and just go there, because even getting out of your space is beneficial.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's this gym I'm joining, and it's pretty penny every month. But
is the all women's gym?
No, but it's majority women that go. From what I saw on my tour, it was more women than anything. But they have a co-working space there, and that's the allure of.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm going to be spending a lot of time there, because you can go to the gym. They have you can get your nails done.
They have a daycare?
No, but I
wouldn't trust it anyway.
I probably wouldn't partake in that anyway.
No shade.
Yeah, no shade. But yeah, I'm gonna take that as an opportunity to just have a little chit chat, And
you gonna start talking to strangers?
Yeah, but when we were in Philly, it happened so much. I was having so much small talk outside of the wedding, just being at the hotel and going down to the bar, having a drink. And granted, they were all older people, probably and I hate to say old, but Gen X and up. But they love to just chit chat.
I wonder if this lack of communication in open spaces is a Los Angeles thing, or if it's a universal thing. Because I will say, because my frame of reference truly is just New York, Atlanta, and LA.
Yeah.
Right? So in New York, I know you don't talk to people on the train, on the bus.
Yeah.
But if I go to a coffee shop or if I'm in a space, it's way easier for me to talk to people.
It is.
It's so much easier.
And I do think in general, there is a decline of having small talk and just calling people up nowadays. But it's the worst in LA. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, it is worse.
Because we have such an individual, a nihilistic view of life here. Even when it comes to making friends here, you always feel like people have an ulterior motive. They want to know what you do because they want to be able to use you to get ahead.
Yeah.
And, that's a huge complaint that transplants have about LA. But when you find people who are really cool, they're really cool here.
Yes. No, it's true. But I will say, even with finding the people that are really cool, because I found a lot of people where I'm just we're going to be friends.
Yeah.
It's still so hard to get on the same page.
Yeah, because
it's so hard.
I mean, work a lot, because a lot of people here, we're gigging it. We're freelancers.
Yeah.
Nobody has the same schedule in our friend group, let alone in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's hard to make plans, and that's why it really takes a concerted effort to just hang out.
Yeah.
But you have to make it happen for yourself, you guys. You have to do it, because we all can't be loners. That's such a sad existence to live in.
And even leaning on family if you can't make friends is still a really positive thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when both of us first moved to LA, we both tried to use Bumble Friends and apps, whatever, to make friends. And I did go on a couple friend dates.
Me too.
Yeah, and I'm not friends with none of them, which is not, but you know what I mean? At least we put the effort in.
Yeah. I was friends with a girl for a few months, but she ended up going out of town for school. But
I was friends with someone for a little bit too.
Yeah.
And literally, I don't know what happened, but we fell off. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, we tried.
Yeah, you tried.
We tried. And it will take a while. I will say the first 5 years, it was just me and Tabria.
Yeah, literally. Literally. But if I'm trying to think if I have any advice on how to make friends as an adult, I would say be comfortable with going places alone, doing things out of your comfort zone, even doing something different like a pottery class, a sewing class. People be sleep on Groupon.
No, for sure.
Use Groupon to find just a little different type of hobby or activity that you can do. And you never know what's going to happen. Go a paint and sip, something like that.
You know what the funny thing is? I started making friends outside of our friend group by going out by myself. Kayla, I made friends with Kayla because I would run into her every single time I go to things.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because we just like have similar taste in things. So like I would go to like a store opening or like a little like music event or whatever. And I would consistently run into her.
Yeah.
And I got introduced to her one time, and literally every single time I would see her, I'd be like, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl. And that turned into like having conversation in the DMs. I would see you out and now we're like together. And it's like, okay, like now I got a built-in buddy at this event. Or I'd be like, hey, you going to this? And then boom. Like going places by yourself does work. I know it's scary.
It is scary.
And I know it's scary. And the only reason why I did it, because I did not want to do it. Only reason why I did it is because Tabria got a man. I swear to God, that's when I started like going places by myself because we moved out of the house. I was living by myself and Tabria got a man and like Devontae's still traveling everywhere. Like Jess had a 9-to-5 schedule. She's not like going to go out on a Tuesday with me. And so I just started going places because I had no one else to go with me. And I literally gained a friendship group.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to do it.
It's possible.
It is.
Don't be afraid of small talk either. You have to do it to practice that muscle.
And my small talk never starts with like, so who do you know here?
Right. How's
like,
the weather?
I'll literally just say some random shit.
Yeah, just make it random because they'll find it interesting. Some people will be annoyed, but whatever. Fuck.
But they're not your people.
They're not your people.
I ask questions that I know I would find amusing.
Yes.
And if you don't find it amusing, I know we're not the same kind of people.
Yeah, exactly.
And I move along. That's it. Nice.
Okay. I hope that helps you guys. And I hope you all, if you don't have community, you're not afraid of finding it. So best of luck.
Best of luck. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to think of something really good. If you had to choose between only like watching visual art, so like movies and TV shows, or audio, so audiobooks and music, which one would you choose?
So just watching
you can only watch
TV or music, podcast, audio.
So you can either only consume your media through visuals or through audio. Which one would you choose?
Oh, so if I saw it on screen, I couldn't hear anything?
Yes.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. That's a hard one. I think I need the visual. I know you're going to hear.
I'm going to do audio.
Yeah.
Because I can close my eyes and like imagine.
Yeah.
And I need a podcast. I need the music. I need to, like, I don't have to read the book. I can listen to it. Like, I feel like if you describe it well enough, I got it. Give me the music. Give me the words. I'll come up with the visuals.
Oh, that's hard. Now I'm going back to audio. I hate audiobooks though. I could just read myself, but just to basically listen to a movie and not see it.
I mean, listening to a movie is basically listening to an audiobook.
I know that, but I hate audiobooks. That's why that one's okay. I still think I would do a visual.
That's so crazy.
I know. I knew you would go with auditory though.
Girl, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, okay. If you had to be named something else, but you could choose what your new name would be, what would it be?
I kind of love Mindy.
But you have to choose something else.
Oh, God. Let me see. When I was younger, I wanted to be named Keisha, like the Keisha doll.
Really?
I really did. I wanted it so bad. But now as an adult, probably not. I also wanted to be named Tatiana.
Tatiana.
That's what my dad wanted to call me. And my mom was like, we want her to get a job. And I'm like, Tatiana's not that bad.
Right. It's
really not that bad. What do you mean?
I like the nickname Tati too.
I would want like a really interesting name, you know,
like something unique or something that's like an object as a name, something like that.
No, something interesting like Faye, or like, you know, like Ever.
Oh yeah.
You know, just like something
you always like that name Ever since you got that kid in your class with that name.
The fact you remember that is so funny.
Because you talked about it a lot.
Because it's such an interesting name. Like, no matter what, that's a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Like, what? Hell yeah.
Ever.
You know? Something whimsical like that.
Yeah.
I'll do something
I love
whimsy.
A whimsical name.
Like, that's probably it. Where I know no one in this room has my name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going to stick to Faye.
Okay, Faye. I could see you as Faye. Hey, Faye.
What up? You know?
I would keep Tabria always.
Well, that was my answer.
I know.
And you don't want me to do that?
I know, you can't, but I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to. Yeah, I love my name. My mom did good on that.
She did. She showed out. I like both of your names. It's very Black American princess.
Right. Tabria Simone.
Yes,
girl.
Simone. Everybody was Simone.
Girl.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's so Black American princess.
It is.
Like, I love that.
It is.
She ate that up. She did her big one.
All right, so listener random questions.
Okay, first random question. What's one trait you would take from another person? Type A and type B-ness doesn't count.
A trait. I would love to be able to draw.
Yes.
I wish I could draw so bad.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh yeah, you ate with that.
I bought this sketchbook from this artist that apparently teaches you how to draw. And I don't believe it, but I'm going to try it. Can you really learn how to draw well?
You can. I think there are people who are born with natural skill and talent for sure, but you definitely can learn.
Well, I'm going to try. Yeah.
Shout out. Do that. Okay. My niece, she just knows how to draw. Yeah. She's been drawing her whole life. And she she drew the dog and it looked like an actual draw.
Damn.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So talented. And nobody taught her. She just spent her entire life sketching. Mm-hmm. Was like the little kid she drew on the walls, whole nine. But yeah, I never had that skill either. What would I want? From someone else? Mm-hmm. Does good memory count as a trait?
Yeah, I was gonna say that one too.
Okay, period. That's what I want. I want photographic memory. Photographic memory. Mm-hmm. That when I tell you, it's a running joke between me and Jade that I don't recognize any white people. Because I'll be like, that's that person from so-and-so. And she'll be like, no. And I'm like, yeah. And then she'll pull it up and I'll be like, oh, shit.
I'm the same way.
There's just so many famous white people that look just alike. And I can't tell the difference.
Me neither.
It's hard. I'm literally what are we talking about?
The two redheads, Christina Hendricks, and there's another redhead.
I don't know names.
But I'm
like, Mad Men?
Girl,
Big boobs?
Know. Big boobs, and there's another one in Good Girls. That might be the same person, but the one in Good Girls who they sold weed or something.
I think it is the same person.
Oh, well, there's another one. I feel bad for even saying
it's
that.
Okay.
But they look just alike to me.
There are 4 separate actresses that look like Katy Perry.
Yeah.
There are
Zooey Deschanel. They look exactly alike.
No, there's another girl who looks just like her and is neither one of them. There are 4 actresses that look like, what's her name? Margot Robbie. Mm-hmm. I mean, identical to Margot Robbie.
Oh, it's too much copy and paste.
I've seen 2 other women that look just like Kristen Stewart. And I'm like, there's Kristen Stewart. Mm-hmm. And Jade's like, no, it's not.
I have a hard time too, so I feel you on that.
Oh my God, literally.
Okay, last question. If you could have any profession, what would it be?
Profession?
You could do anything, you could get all the knowledge to do this, whatever job it is, what would it be?
I hate that the first thing that came to mind was stripper. They're so athletic. Are you kidding me? I'm talking about the really acrobatic ones.
Yeah.
Being able to stand in place, ankles not moving, ass clapped. I mean it's round of applause.
It's impressive.
It's insane. That's not my answer though, but that was the first thing that came to mind. Any profession. Honestly, I hate that this doesn't require a distinct skill, but maybe a set of them. A creative director, but a really good one.
Oh, yeah.
Just a jack of all trades in every medium and form of art. And when I say creative director, I don't mean of a t-shirt brand. No, I mean a general, I am directing Fashion Week in London, creative director. Just massive. Yes.
Yeah. But you do, for a successful creative director, you do have to be a jack of all trades. You had to have done a lot of different jobs to be able to do your job.
And you have to have an eye for
a great eye. Yeah.
For everything. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar's creative director.
Oh
my God.
Yeah. Is it Dave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Just being able to know what's good musically, aesthetically, fashion-wise, everything.
It's such
visually.
a talent. It's such a talent.
And to be able to create new things out of old shit that we're just recycling, because everything is recycled.
Yeah.
And you're still creating something new. Jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I love that.
What about you?
For me, I would be a detective.
Period.
I want to have like all the access to the files and be able to go on the scene and just know what to look for and things like that. That would be cool.
I just know you would be like, there's this show my auntie, she was obsessed with, and if they still run the rerun, she probably still watches them. It was a show called Monk.
Oh yeah, I've never watched Monk. But
you would be like Monk. Monk was like clearly autistic. And Monk would just walk into a room and everyone would be like, well, there's blood spatter, blah, blah, blah. And he'd be walking around, he'd be looking around, he'd be like, does anyone smell popcorn? And they'd be like, oh, there goes Monk being Monk. And then he would be like, technically there's a chemical that smells like popcorn when it's like, when the body is deteriorating, blah, blah, blah. And then like, boom, got the answer.
Wow, so that's what High Potential is based off of. Have you seen that show?
No.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes.
So the girl from that show is the lead in High Potential. And it's literally just that. But I like it. It's a good show.
I just saw a trailer for it, and the first thing I thought of was, why are we recycling the same storyline?
Yeah, it's literally
House. It's Monk.
It's exactly.
Bones. They're all the same thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just like a really, really quirky autistic person.
Yeah. You know how I told you I was rewatching Scandal?
Yeah.
I had to stop. I got through the first 3 seasons, which is good, but some shows are not meant to be binged. That's not a show that's meant to be binged because there's so many holes in the storyline, so many plot lines drop. Yes, and when you really I think I view TV and movies from a different lens now.
Yeah.
There's so many similar characters in that show, like Olivia, Cyrus, Fitz. They all speak in the same cadence, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you do this because this is how I was going, and I'm like, who talks like that? Her dad
is the worst.
Yes, I'm like, and who am I to say who's a good actor or not? But I know he's a good actor because of other things, but it just seems like everybody's overacting in the show. It feels like theater almost.
But it feels specific to the show.
Yeah.
I will say I forgot what I was watching. Oh, I was watching Harry Potter and I was like, I was obsessed with Harry Potter, right? Low-key still am. I watched it for the first time in years. The acting is ass. Literally, Harry Potter is just always like this.
Yeah, from the kids.
Oh my, just what is happening right now? What the fuck? Are you having an aneurysm? And the acting is so intense and just it's bad.
Wasn't that their first role though?
I was watching the 5th one.
Oh.
They were grown. Mm-hmm. The acting never improved.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna judge a child actor.
Yeah.
You're a baby. We've been in this for a long time. You are making millions upon millions. Why are we still acting this way?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to send in your listener letters and your random questions.
Yes.
We need all of them. Thank you very much. All the ones we've had so far have been very introspective, but we are open to all kinds of questions. Okay. I'm really excited for some listener letters because I want to give advice.
Yeah, you love giving advice.
I do. I really enjoy it. Hopefully this coming week is chill and uneventful.
I know. Hopefully we survive. Hopefully we made it through.
We'll see on the other side of the rapture.
Right. It's been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun. We'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.